Howdy, y'all. Welcome back to the Gamingverse. This is your host, Juan R. Gonzalez, with another video from Planet Zoo. Episode. This will be episode 2, and we are building inside the park. At our first episode, we created the entrance to the park, and now we're going to build into the park and put out our first habitat. So you can see here, I'm trying to do kind of a centerpiece or a little plaza to start off with, similar to the one that you'll find in the San Antonio Zoo. I'm just trying to work with the path system, which is, everybody's trying to work with the path system. No matter who you talk to or what video you see, everybody tries to work with the Planet Zoo, Planet Coaster path system. It is a work in progress, let's put it that way. But we do our best and we try to do what we can with the path system. So that's what I'm trying to do here, is kind of build out the path that we're going to take into the zoo, create the middle plaza, and then I'm outlining where the first habitats are going to be in relation to that path, so that we can then build out the path for those habitats. So as you can see, I'm kind of outlining a habitat here on the right side of the path, and now I'm trying to create the path so it goes through near that habitat, which is what I'm trying to do. So I've outlined that first habitat here. I'm trying to recreate the entrance to the San Antonio Zoo. I didn't do a very good job of it, but I did what I could, what was the best I could with what I could. So, but that was basically it. I was trying to recreate the entrance. It has a big middle section, and it's got a little thing right behind it, a little plaza in the front and a little plaza in the back, and then basically the path going forward that way. And so that's what I was trying to recreate here. So I'm following that first habitat outline, and then over here on the left side, I'm going to outline the other habitat. Now, you guys have never been into the San Antonio Zoo, but when you come into the San Antonio Zoo after you pay your tickets, there's two initial habitats, one on the left, one on the right. The one on the right is the flamingo habitat. The one on the left is the lemur habitat. And so that's basically what I'm going to create here. I'm going to start off with the lemur habitat and create that habitat in the same vein as the San Antonio Zoo. And then on the right, then we'll go into the flamingo habitat, probably in another episode. Now, once you're inside the zoo, those two habitats are, under quotation marks, they're free, because you don't really need a ticket. Buy the tickets, you can go in and sit at the little plaza there and buy at the gift shop without a ticket. If you have a ticket, then they have a section right past those habitats where they're taking your tickets, so that you can go into the rest of the zoo. And that's what I'm building here. It's a really simple, just little hut thing with, kind of a roof and some posts. And then they're gonna have, and then they have, three sections where you can come in, and they basically scan your ticket so you can go into the rest of the zoo. So that's what I decided to do here before I start on the habitat. Unfortunately, when I started on the habitat, I didn't start recording, so I did the first lemur habitat, without recording it. So that's why you see here. And now I'm building the second lemur habitat, for you on a speed build. As you can see, there's two lemur habitats because there's two types of lemurs at the entrance. Now, right now, currently, there's only the ringtail lemurs that they have. They also have the black and white lemurs. I don't know what they're called, but they're not in their habitat currently. I think what's happening is San Antonio Zoo is doing a lot of revamping, and so they're redoing a lot of the habitats currently. So they only have the one set of lemurs. I'm going to put both the red furred lemur and the ringtail lemur in separate habitats next to each other. I know that they can work well together, but I just want to follow the San Antonio Zoo format, and so I'm going to put them in separate habitats. and basically taking the San Antonio Zoo habitat and kind of recreating it for purposes of this zoo. What I've been dealing with or trying to figure out is if I'm going to continue naming the zoo the same way, the SD Wildlife Park, simply because we're basically going to recreate with some minor tweaks the San Antonio Zoo. That's basically what I'm doing. It's going to recreate the San Antonio Zoo. So I think, and maybe this is something you guys can help me with, is should I, give it its own name, or should I just, since I'm recreating the San Antonio Zoo with not perfectly, but with some tweaks, should I just name it the San Antonio Zoo? So if you guys, comment in the section down below and let me know what you guys think. If I should, give it a name, or keep the name that I have for it right now, or just name it the recreation of the San Antonio Zoo. It's, it is going to be as similar as I can get it with the pieces that I have from Planet Zoo. And again, it's in franchise mode, so I haven't uncovered all the pieces yet. And so I'm using whatever pieces are available at the time that we are creating each habitat, based on, what has been, what I've researched through my mechanics. And the thing is when I build on pause. So because I'm building on pause, the mechanics are not researching as quickly as in other zoos probably. And I just think it's better that way. I mean, it's my way of managing the zoo, because if I keep it running, it takes away from the flow of building, because, I have to go manage the zoo. And, needless to say, I mean, this zoo requires a lot of management. Even with the few habitats that I have, it does require a lot of management. And the system requires a lot of management. And so what ends up happening is, it takes away from the flow of the building, and it takes a lot of the time away from building a habitat in one sitting, because you are doing a lot of the management. So what I'm thinking is, I do a lot of the builds on pause. So I'm gonna kind of break this down into two, and I've been going through the films, and I can see where I've recorded a lot of the management aspect of it. And so what I'm gonna do is I'm going to, if you guys like it, hopefully you guys will like it, but I'm gonna put the management part of the franchise zoo in another video, so that you guys can look and see how much actual management it takes to run the zoo, even with the few habitats that I do have in the zoo right now. How much time it does take to actually play the management aspect of the franchise zoo and keep the money flowing and keep the animals happy and making sure that the zoo runs appropriately. So I'm probably going to do that and do a couple of episodes of the management of the franchise, rather than the building of the franchise zoo, and hopefully you guys enjoy it. So here, like I said, I'm putting this is going to be the lemur section, which you're just going to see because I only took footage of the ringtail lemurs, because my red-tail lemurs were going out of whack and they were all jumping out the side of the habitat, and I had to do a lot of tweaking. I wasn't able to really take a lot of I didn't really record them a lot, because I was dealing with all the issues of trying to keep them inside the habitat. So I didn't record them, but they're just not very good recording, so I didn't put them in. So at the end, you're going to see kind of a real-time, just lemur real-time, ringtail lemur real-time footage of my first baby born, ringtail baby born in the new habitat. And basically, the habitat that I created is, it's not. Again, we're going for a very realistic type zoo, because the San Antonio Zoo is a very realistic type zoo. There's not a lot in the habitats. There's a lot of overgrowth, and in this particular video, you're not going to see the overgrowth. You're just going to see kind of the the simple part of the habitat, the water, the climbing stuff, and basically I'm gonna put the mulch in the front. But the San Antonio Zoo's habitats are basically natural overgrowth, and very simple, very artificial. I mean, it looks like a very artificial habitat if you look at it. You know, the rocks look very artificial, and that's basically the way the zoo, San Antonio Zoo, looks. It's an artificial rock. It's not. I mean, it tries to be habitat friendly, but it's an enclosure. It's not like other zoos that I've been to. In fact, I just went to the Dallas Zoo the other day, and I was very impressed with their West or African Safari or something like that. It's called Animals of the West Africa, something to that effect. Section. It is impressive. It's an enclosure, but it looks very not real, but very natural. It's a very natural enclosure, and I was very surprised at the way they do things. So, but this is pretty much it. Box in the back, habitat in the front. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it, and see you on the next one, guys. I really do appreciate you guys liking my videos. If it's something that you like, make sure you subscribe to the channel for more videos. And here are the beautiful little lemurs, kind of jumping through the trees. My first baby lemur is born, so I'll catch you guys on the next one. Thank you very much for all the support in the channel, and adios.
Buddha Desa.